Dean George finishes with the smash. 1,000 Surrey Smashers fans on their feet.
Between us, me and Dean have over 50 years of badminton experience. And in that time, we've had the privilege of playing all around the world. And we've definitely made our fair share of mistakes. And there's lots of things we've learned across our careers that we definitely have wanted to know right at the start.
So in this video, we're going to delve into the 3 mistakes we made so you don't do the same thing.
So when I made the transition from juniors to seniors, there was one key essential thing I had to learn really quickly. And that was when you're playing a rally, you're not always just trying to win it, you're trying not to lose it. Let me explain. So let's say we're in this forehand corner in a rally and we've managed to just about get up to the shuttle. It's slightly to one side, so it's not the perfect position. Now someone who's trying to win the rally, their thought process here is, right, I'm going to hit a really big straight smash or really hard cross slice. Now the trouble with that is you're slightly out of position. It brings in risk. You maybe have to hit it super accurate to actually get past the opponent, and you're maybe going to recover slightly slower. Someone who's maybe thinking, wait, let's not lose this rally, is thinking, I need to be more patient. Maybe I'm not in the perfect position. Can I play a more controlled, a less aggressive shot first, and hopefully wait for that perfect opportunity to then finish the rally? Something I want you to go away and do is actually look at one of your recent games where maybe you lost. Have a look at how many winners you actually hit compared to the number of errors. And I have a feeling the number of errors is going to be far more. So let's say you make 11 errors in a game. You're asking your opponent to only win 10 points. So you've lost that game. So a big mindset change for me was when I was training, instead of practicing hitting all these fancy big smashes, cross slices, cross nets, I'm actually practicing being more controlled, hitting the shots I know I can consistently get over the net, still moving fast and trying to move my opponent fast, but just keeping that pressure there, instead of just constantly trying to hit winners.
Mistake number 2. Badminton is a physical game. What do I mean by that? So picture yourself in 6 months' time. You're fitter, faster, stronger. What impact does that have on your game? You're faster. Now you're taking the shuttle earlier, you're taking time away from your opponent. You're fitter. You're able to maintain your highest level for longer periods of play. You're stronger, meaning you can jump higher, creating more angle on your attack. We often see players focus on the hitting side of badminton. Whereas the game is so physical, you can see dramatic improvements by focusing more on this area.
And the great thing is that it's really easy to do. You don't need a partner, you don't need a badminton court. You can get outside, you can run, you can go to the gym, or even you can stretch in your own living room. Now for me, I always felt I was a really fit junior, and actually that transition to senior badminton, particularly in singles, was a massive jump, not just in the quality of badminton, but the physicality of the game. And actually, I should have spent a lot more time trying to get my body in the right position to just compete physically in singles. Now, Dean, for you actually, that was one of your strengths, your fitness, your speed, but actually your strength was something maybe you struggled a little bit with.
Yeah, I mean, people used to joke that I had chicken legs, which I think was very generous. I think they're more quail legs. So yeah, definitely could have spent a little bit more time in the gym kind of building up the strength in my legs. Because if I was playing a game and maybe fatigue did come in, it was never kind of a heart and lungs issue. It was more that my legs would kind of struggle with the physicality.
Now the game of badminton is played partly on the badminton court, but mostly up here in your mind. And Dean, this is something you really experienced throughout your career.
Very much so. I almost realised almost 4 years after, so when I played in the National Badminton League, and people kind of coming up to me and saying it was the best that they'd ever seen me play kind of 4 years after I finished playing competitively and full-time, and almost reflects on my time as a full-time player, almost how unhappy I was in the training environment, how it was for me as a person, almost struggling to play my best, and that was definitely down to the happiness, you know, and kind of feeling like enjoying the game. And for me, the National Badminton League was a chance for me to play with zero pressure. I could just relax, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the crowd, and that definitely brought out the very best in me as a badminton player.
And I guarantee if you're at home watching this and thinking, when have I played my best badminton? Well, it's probably when you're enjoying yourself. Maybe it's just in a training match and you've got, oh, this level is incredible. And that's what you've got to try and work on when you go and play your matches, your tournaments, of how can I get myself back in that zone again of enjoying the sport and you'll find your game really improves.
So for example, my defence when I was playing as a full-time player was not very strong whatsoever. Everything I coach and teach now, I really struggled with myself. I was very tense, I was very tight, and as an attacking player, I couldn't help feel like I was under pressure and in trouble. And again, once those pressure had gone of kind of training full-time, my defence actually, bizarrely, maybe improved because I was more relaxed, I was more free, and I saw it as much more of a fun challenge. So if you are training a lot in badminton and have set yourself goals and achievements, make sure you're enjoying the process rather than just focusing on the results.
So these 3 areas we've gone through are things we would maybe want to have done earlier in our career, wanted to understand better sooner, and hopefully they're things you can take away now, add into your game, and just start enjoying the game of badminton as much as you can.